Hello, y'all. This is Prom 3285, and I just want to continue talking about the Super Mario Brothers franchise. The history of the Super Mario Brothers franchise. Now, when I left off, I was talking about Super Mario Brothers 3. And the game came out October 23rd, 1988, and it was a great game. It was definitely one of my favorites out of the three. I really enjoyed all three Mario Brothers games. With this game, they went more further. They upped the scale. They had more worlds. Mario had more abilities. Mario and Luigi had more abilities. Also they added an area that's like sort of like a desert area. Which was sort of similar in the second game, if I can remember. It was like a desert part. But this game was really cool. Like the graphics, I felt like they went more further with the animation. The boards were definitely more better. Like, in this game, it had more worlds. It had new worlds that Mario and Luigi explores. In this game, you had to save Princess Peach again. But it's not just Bowser you have to worry about. It was Bowser's kids, too. Even the music in this game, they went more further with it. Like the level designs, it's just amazing. Like I remember when you get the Power Star in this game, Mario be doing flips, when you get the Power Star. And it actually makes him move more faster, it makes him more agile, athletic. You be doing flips. In this game, they bring back items such as the Fire Flower, the Mushroom, which makes Mario get big. They also introduced the Kanuki Mario, where Mario has like the tail and the ears, and it makes him fly. This game also introduced, it introduced secret passageways in this game. This was the first game that had like secret passage that you could skip the level and stuff. Also, this game introduced secret passage that you could skip a world, which was really cool. This game, they upped the scale. Like the worlds were more bigger. It was really, really cool. They went more further with this game. They definitely upped the scale with Super Mario Brothers 3. And it's definitely one of my all-time favorites that I love playing. They introduced the frog suit. They introduced more items in this game. They have different worlds like the grassland world, the iceland world, the first world. They have big world, I think. Giant world. This game was a phenomenon. This was the first game to introduce the skyship level, which is definitely one of my favorite themes of all time. The skyship battle, the skyship stage, and they went more further with the boss battles. It was just really cool, It was just awesome. This game was a phenomenon, This was the first game that also had like the Goombas wearing these shoe-looking things. They look like socks, and they used to try to step on you. I remember. And this game was actually featured gold blocks, that you hit. It had gold blocks. And I remember the very first board is definitely one of my favorites because it plays that music, dun, 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 dun. Like that was the music, man. That was like, man, that even playing Mario Maker, I love that music, just brings back memories. Like this game was also, this game also inspired games like Mario Maker, And it just went more further. It even had his own cartoon series, The Adventures of Super Mario Brothers 3. It was a cartoon, that they had on TV for the game, It was a spin-off from the game, This game, they went more further. They had more levels, It was really cool. They even had bonus games that you could play. You can get extra items. They had even a item, like a thing, down below where you can get like, it's like sort of like a little like area where you can get extra items, you know, which is really cool. If you win like a game, you know, it was really cool. You know, it was really good. This was a great game, you know. You know, in this game we had I think it had magic wands. Like each game you had each part, I think you had to save like a king or something. I don't remember that. Yeah, this was a great game. Yeah, it had a great story, and this was the first game that featured Bowser's kids. You know, Roy, Morden, Wendy, you know, Iggy. You know, introduce all Bowser's kids. You know, introduce them. You know, now the next game in the franchise came out for the Super NES, the Super Famicom, the Super Nintendo. Super Mario World. Super Mario World came out November 21st, 1990. It came out around the beginning of the 90s, you know. And this was another classic. You know, this game featured Yoshi, which was a new companion for Mario. Yoshi, which you could use with Mario and Luigi. You know, he's the first character they introduced in the first level. You know what I mean? And this was a great game. Introduced new enemies that you face, like the groundhogs, you know, introduced them. You know what? I think the groundhogs in the old games was on the skyship level, but they used to throw the wrenches at you. In this game, they look more different. You know, they even have like the big ones, you know. And this game also featured, for the very first time, a Star World. And at that Star World, it has the different Yoshis. It has Yoshi family. It has different color Yoshis. It has the yellow Yoshi, has the blue Yoshi, has the red Yoshi. You know, it has the different Yoshis. You know what I mean? And that was so awesome about this game. It's like they just didn't introduce Yoshi, but they introduced other Yoshis that you get if you you could access Star World, which was a hidden world. In this game, they went more further. It was different worlds. This was the first game that had the item block. You know, if you press select, if you get like, you could hold more extra items in the block. You know, and even with this game, the graphics even look more better. The animation. Yoshi has the ability to, like, if you press like the A button when you get on him, Yoshi could eat anything. You know, he could eat enemies. He could eat a Koopa Trooper and spit his shell out to attack other Koopa Troopers and enemies. You know, like if an enemy is shooting a fireball, Yoshi can swallow the fireball and spit it back at the enemy. Yoshi was awesome. He was a cool addition to this game. Also, Mario had this leaf that he get, which sort of looks almost similar to Super Mario Brothers, the leaf that you get. But instead of you getting the Tanuki Mario, Mario has like a cape. You know, they also introduce a lot of classic items you get, like the Power Star, which I think is either called a Power Star or Superstar. Sorry, y'all. But they also bring back that. They bring back the Fire Flower. You know what I mean? This game, they had the Power Block. You know what I mean? Which was really cool. It was a cool addition to the game, the Power Block. You know, this game also had the football Koopa Troopers, which was cool. They were dressed up as football players, which was really cool. You know, it had a lot of cool levels. And one of my favorites levels is the first level, but also one of my all-time favorite levels is the water level. I just love the music. It's just so soothing, and it's just so awesome. I just love the water level. It's just so memorable. Also, the castles and the boss battles in this game, they went more further. Even the music just sounds even more better. Like, the color of this game is just so amazing. The color's just so beautiful. And this game was ahead of its time, you know. Introduced a lot of cool levels, like the Ghost House levels, and, you know, and this game also featured Bowser's kids. You know, Wendy, Morden, you know, also features Bowser's kids. And at the very end of the game, we face Bowser. You know, everything in this game just looks so much updated and better. You know, Mario even had a new look. You Luigi did. This game was really cool. And Yoshi was an awesome addition to this game. It was really cool how you can get the different color Yoshis. In this game, they introduced these things. They look like caterpillars. I forgot what they call them. But when you jump on them, they get mad. They turn red, Even the Jeep looks different in this game. It's like the underground levels. They just look different. It's like a new world. Like they had this level called Donut Land or something. It was sort of strange, but yeah, this game was a phenomenon. And they just went more further with the map and with the world, like how Mario can move, and it was really cool how Yoshi could eat anything. He could eat apples, and the more stuff he eats, you can get extra men, which was really cool. This game had like a new world, which was cool. Now this game also had another part, which I think was a prequel. It was Yoshi Island. Yeah, this game had a prequel called Yoshi's Island. Now this game inspired games like Yoshi's Island. Yoshi's Island was supposed to be before this game, but it was actually, it was a prequel. And they also had Yoshi's Story, which came out for the Nintendo 64 later down the line. This game, this game was so huge that they made spin-off for this game. They even made a prequel of this game. Mario was a baby, and Yoshi's really young. This game was huge. It was for the Super Nintendo. And this game, and I remember when you get the Super Nintendo back in the day, the bundle was, you get it with Super Mario World. I remember that. This game was a huge phenomenon. It's definitely one of my favorites. And Yoshi was definitely a really cool addition. Character they made, he was really cool. Yoshi is definitely one of my favorites. He was a cool addition. And this game also introduced like new enemies, which was cool. Like they had these dinosaur enemies that you face. The Triceratop enemies, the Triceratop, bosses that you face in this game. They also had these dolphins that you jump on. It was like different things they introduced, they brought to the table with this game. Like they just had a lot of new concepts that they introduced in the Mario franchise. Now this game also had a cartoon series, Super Mario World series. It was cool. And this game is still amazing. Like this game was also inspired by Mario Maker. Like Mario Maker has like these different styles, and this game, was another inspired. This was inspired, by Super Mario Maker. If it wasn't for games like Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers 2, or Super Mario Brothers 3, or Super Mario World, we would never ever gotten a Mario Maker, man. Mario Maker, these games opened up the door for that game. They inspired that game. They inspired Nintendo. And I just want to make this video, y'all, about this, talking about the Super Mario games. My favorites. I love the NES versions, and I love the Super Nintendo version of Super Mario World, and I just had a blast playing all 4 games. This game was huge. It had its own TV show. Now the next game